Guys, in this lecture you are going to learn something very important and something I like very much is adjusting hue saturation through the vector scope, and it will allow you to make very fine adjustments to the colors in your videos. So let's start. Here we are in section 11.6 and there is a sequence I called vector scope. It is the same clips that we have color corrected before using only the basic correction. And now that we know about curves, we notice there is too much green and too much red here. Well, we could adjust this through curves. So we have to go through the luma, then the red, then the green, and maybe balance the blue. But there is a better way to do that. These are fine adjustments and you really don't want to use the curves here to do these small adjustments. Cool. We are going to use, instead of the RGB curves, we are going to use the hue saturation curves, and it's pretty cool. First of all, you cannot use these waveforms to work with the hue saturation. You have to use the vector scope YUV. So let's close the others. We close the parade and we close the waveform. You know all this already. So now let's have a look at this vector scope. What does it mean? Here we have yellow, red, magenta, blue, cyan, and green. So actually we don't have RGB only, we also have what is mixing in between. And the concept of the vector scope is that all colors should be within these lines. Let's notice that we have a spike of yellow-green here. Now within the hue saturation color wheel, you can adjust yellow, yellow-green, and also cyan and cyan blue and magenta red, which is very practical. How do you use the color wheel? It's very simple. If you click on it, you can add the node, and if you drag it to the outside, you will add the colors. Now notice how the colors now are really extreme. You can also click on the same node if you like and take it down that you don't have any colors at all, and you have a dot. So the dot here, or kind of star, means no color at all, and the outside means a lot of color. Now notice the mouse pointer here. If you point on the curve, on the circle here, it will say plus. If you point on a node or a dot already there, it will show you that you are going to move this one. If you press Ctrl or Command on the Mac, you click on it, it will eliminate and return the curve the way it was before. Here it is. So now let's adjust the yellow-green. Look at these colors around here. You have red, yellow, actually it's not yellow 100%. You have green also, cyan, blue, and the magenta. To adjust yellow-green, most probably you want to click on the yellow itself. So now it has created for you 3 nodes here that you can click and move around. Cool. Let's try to do something with this. First of all, we want to take this spike here down a bit, just over here. That would be very nice. Try always to give it to the 3/4. I will click on the node here and take it down. Notice what's coming down. It's not exactly what we want. That's okay. We can add a node. This is, for example, here the green. Let's add. So we added very many. And we can start taking them down. Not this one. Maybe this one. It's working. A bit. This one. Okay, went too much. Here you are. Okay, it's how sometimes it's tricky because you have to look where you dragging the node and also look at your vector scope. Don't look at the video at all. Just try to adjust it as best as possible through the vector scope itself. Here you are. Here you are. Now, if you come back here, you will notice that the green leaves now have somehow a normal color. This is before, very green. This is after. You see how easy it is? Very simple. In short, the hue saturation is for fine adjustment. Let's say you have this color over here and you would like to adjust it. If you look at it carefully, it's a mixture of red, for example. So maybe I'll take the red up and see what happens, or down. Okay, and also from here down. Notice what's happening. Okay, we are getting some results. I went excessively just to show you, and we are getting too much of a result. Here you are. Okay, now we adjusted the color here. This is before and this is after. It became a slightly less. You can take it even less. You can take it even to the gray area. Okay, if you like to, it lost its colors. And then over here, if you put it off and on, cool, we have good colors. You have refined the color adjustment. You will come over here to do these kinds of refinement. Don't start here at all, it will not work. You can actually decide what colors you want to change and change them. Using the HSL technique, Hue Saturation curves, you can actually achieve extraordinary color correction results. And you notice it's very easy to use it. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you in the next lecture.